recipe calls for something to be julienned, it can stop you in your tracks. This fancy French method of cutting sounds incredibly complicated, but it doesn't have to be. In fact, today I'm going to show you how to cut these long, thin strips the classic way, as well as a shortcut that's going to make things even easier for you. Oh yeah, and I'm Juan in Brazil, and you are watching Evolving Table, where we make healthier spins on classic recipes, and also learn a few quick cooking tips along the way. So let's jump straight in and get to julienning. A julienne cut is when you cut vegetables or food into matchsticks that are 2 to 3 inches in length and 1/16 to 1/8 inch in width. Stir-fry recipes and sushi rolls often call for this type of cut. You can even use it to give a little more character to your salads. Since it is the classic way, let's start with the French method of cutting. If you're julienning a carrot or a beet, you'll want to first peel the outer layer using a vegetable peeler. Next, cut the vegetable into 2 to 3 inch long pieces, discarding any root or stem ends. Place the piece flat side down on a cutting board and trim a thin slice off of the rounded side to square it off. This will give you a stable base while you're cutting. Place the piece cut side down and then slice it into thin 1/16 to 1/8 inch planks. You can see where a really sharp knife comes in handy here. Stack a few of these slices together and cut again into 1/16 to 1/8 inch strips. And that piece you trimmed at the beginning, don't forget to cut that into strips too. That was pretty easy, but there's another method that takes one less step. It really only works with vegetables that are cylindrically shaped, such as carrots, cucumbers, and squash. So don't try this with round vegetables such as beets or bell peppers. Starting from the root or stem end, cut an extreme bias or diagonal that is 2 to 3 inches in length. Continue making these cuts about 1/16 to 1/8 inch apart. Stack a few of these pieces on top of each other and cut again into 1/16 to 1/8 inch strips. That was definitely a little bit faster. The cuts aren't quite as perfect as the French method, but it does get the job done. While carrots and cucumbers are the most common vegetables to julienne, you can cut everything from beets and peppers to summer squash and zucchini using one of these two methods. And if you want to keep advancing those knife skills, then you have got to check out these how to cut tutorials right over here. Thanks so much for hanging out. I'll see you in the next one.